Greetings, travelers. My name is Darius Faye, and today we'll be watching the third episode of Spice and Wolf. Last episode, we left off on a rather somber note. We had Holo display some interesting and complex emotions. I hope that gets developed more, but I imagine for this third episode we'll be moving a little bit more into the plot with the silver coins and Lawrence trying to sell his pelts. So let's get right into it. The beautiful hills, traveling through. Ooh, look at that overhead shot.
お前、顔を隠さなくて大丈夫か？
顔？
この町にもパスロへの人間が来てるかもしれない。
She might be getting a little annoyed by having to hide her
お
face,
前につい
maybe.
ての言い伝えくらい残っているだろう。
You know, I did think about this a little in the last episode. I don't know if it's the best idea to be using her name to call her Holo, just casually while we're traveling around. I imagine her legend isn't that big outside of the original village that she is from.
年の頃は10代半ば、流れるような髪と狼の耳、それに先の白い尻尾を有し、毛色は綺麗な。
Another thought I did have. The OST by Kevin Pankin. I hear a lot of Made in Abyss in this OST. Which Made in Abyss is, if you were to argue with me, it is the best OST for an anime ever made. I would not argue against you. Now, I don't know if it's my favorite OST of all time, but it is certainly like top 5, very least. And I could definitely hear a lot of the themes and thematics of that Made in Abyss OST in this Spice and Wolf one. Which is great, and it makes sense. They have some similarities a little bit, at least in the vibes. Grand exploration of nature. We have a lot of nature themes with Holo going on, so it makes sense. It makes sense. And if you haven't watched Made in Abyss, go watch Made in Abyss. Oh my god. Well, only watch Made in Abyss if you want to be traumatized.
誰も気づくまいよ。わっちのことなど忘れとるんじゃからな。
She definitely has some mixed feelings, or is a little bit bitter about not being recognized at all, or being forgotten. I imagine being forgotten is probably a major fear of hers. She seems to have this complex relationship with humans and people who remember her versus people who forget her. Again, I think it all ties back to being lonely. That definitely is coming across to me as just a major theme of the anime in general. And what is lonelier than being forgotten? Every time I see her eating that pretzel, it makes me want a pretzel. Her tail.
炊き物買いを
Look
し
at
ていて
that
な。
monument in the background.
財産の半分以上をかけていた。俺なら船舶に乗るな。
Holo cares far more about apples than economics.
って借りるんだ。船舶では出した金額。
リンゴ食べたいんじゃが。
なんだ、そうだったのか。
Do wolves eat apples? I imagine they're omnivores. I've never heard of a wolf eating like fruit before. So someone tell me if wolves eat apples.
ほら、好きなだけ買ってこい。なんで銀貨全部をリンゴに使うんだ。
Very good. Now we know how much a silver piece is worth. Bunch of apples.
無視。この程度の金なぞすぐじゃ。
ああ、そうしてくれ。
You're gonna get a stomach ache from eating all those apples. Oh my god.
堅牢なら欲に打ち勝ったら
At
どうだ。
least you're contented,
貪欲
Holo.
は多くのものを失うが、禁欲が何かを生み出すということもない。
Very wolf-like philosophy.
あれが毛皮を売る先のミローネ商会だ。
手にする情報も多いから
おう
じゃろ。国境を越える商売をしておるから。
Yeah, there's a whole very complex but interesting rabbit hole you could go down with trading companies throughout history. They were very, very complex. Same as banks, too. They had all these branches in different companies throughout different countries, whole complex systems in place. Very, very, very interesting how these large multinational organizations operated far before, internet or, any sort of communication like that. But at the very least, that is a Wikipedia deep dive that you can go down for a while.
ようこそミローネ商
I
会へ。
also admire how these trading companies
すごい
are
人手だな。
right by the water. They're
北
right
の
by
大
the
遠征
shore,
が近づいてますから
which
ね。
makes perfect sense.
当紹介をご利用いただきありがとうございます。クラフト・ローレンツ様ですね。
ロレンスです。
Ooh,
3年前の取引でくだ
they
さる
busted
と
out
光栄
the
です。
Sama.
いえいえ、それで本日は毛皮の買い取りをご所望だとお伺いいたしましたが、トレニー銀貨で132枚。
Oh, that's interesting. Is that like a way of counting, measuring, like a abacus? I haven't seen that before to my memory, where something is just like drawn on a table and you move these stones around. So someone smart, tell me what that's called.
今後こちらの紹介と考
We
えてい
haggle
るのだが。うん。ではそれで。おちょっと失礼。うん。
トレニー銀貨140枚。
Oh boy.
確かにそう申されたかや。からこそわざと気づかぬふりをしたのかや。
Polo is
ならば
making
油断
a
なら
charisma
ぬお人
roll.
じゃ。主様よ、意地悪はするものではない。
Oh,
そんな
she's
つもり
so
はない。
good.
お前。
Like he's good too. He's playing along. They're
主
good.
様、主様よ、匂いを嗅いでみてくれれ。
What? Because you've
ど
been
うじゃ。
playing
これ
on
は
them?
果物の香りでしょうか。
い
The
かにも
apples.
今年
The
の
apples just because the apples were just on there.
そんな森を駆けずり
Oh my
回っていた天の毛皮じゃ。たらふく良いもの
Hello,
を食ってお
this
る
is-
から体から
this is a
甘い
bit
匂
of
い
a
が立ち
scam.
上るほどじゃ。
確かに。
それほどの
Oh my
ハグ
god.
と記載だ
Oh,
が
she's selling
身が
it.
引っ張ってみるがよい。もっと強靭なること猛獣のごとく
Polo,
雨にか
the
ざせば見事
door-to-door
に弾き
saleswoman. What a terrifying
鼻が
thought.
曲がりす。さていかような値段でこれを買い取っていただけるじゃろうか。
Oh my god.
それでは
What is that
トレ
table
ニー
called?
銀貨200枚でいかがでしょうか。
どうかや。つまり210枚。
Oh, she's so good.
主様、他に紹介は。
Oh my god, girl.
構いません。
Now, I will admit that was very clever. But long term wise, I don't know if that's a good thing to do. Lawrence has to have relationships with this company and with the other trading companies. So they might be a little bitter about being tricked like that. That being said though, it's not like fraud or anything, so I guess it's fine.
飲まんのかや。わっちのおごりじゃというのに。
It's my
お前
treat.
商人やってたことがあるのか。
Her
あれは
title
な、
is literally
い
the
つだった
Wise
か
Wolf.
村に来た頭の切れる
It's
商人
okay.
が使っとった方法じゃ。わっちが思いついたわけじゃありんせ。
果物の匂いなどしなかった。
それはな、ほれ、わっちが買ったリンゴ、
Mhm.
あれじ
それじゃお前。
ゃ。引っかかった方が悪い。とは言わんが、向こうもこんな方法があるのかと感心するじゃろう。
だろう。
So
騙
You
された
gifted
時に
him
怒ってい
with
るようじゃ
wisdom.
話になりんせん。感心してこそ一人前じゃ。
how nice of you, Holo.
再会を祝して。
Gotta be a bit careful with market and coinage
いい
manipulation
酒
here,
っす
Lawrence.
ね。そうしやしてね。
Gained from a mining town. I guess that would make sense if the miners from this town that like they would know how much silver is coming in and out. maybe how much is going to whatever minting facility is being used for this specific coin. It's not an unbelievable story.
だから信用してもらっていいと思うんですが、商売に絶対はありませんし。
It's true, and
だろうなと思っ
it's
て
a
い
lot of
た
speculation.
そんなうまい話はないからな。
はい。話し代としてトレニー銀貨10枚、あとは旦那の儲けの1割でお願いします。
ずいぶん控えめだな。
That is.
正
That's
直な
not
とこ
bad.
ろ。
I'm trying to remember exactly how this whole thing goes from the original anime. Because I was definitely too young to, fully understand like the complexities of everything that's happening here. Right now, I think I have a grasp on these complex economics and silver coin situations. I believe I understand. I am not fully understanding what I remember from the anime later on how this goes. So I mean I'm kind of happy I don't fully understand because hopefully it'll be revealed to me and I will get to understand after all these years.
我々の儲けに。
To profit.
銀貨
Learning.
それはこ
Ooh,
っち
look
じゃ
at all these different designs. That's so cool. They all look pretty like universally shaped. All with like distinct little emblems. Few kings, rulers, crown. Interesting. Love the designs.
が冷めてからにしよ
いや
After you
もう一
sober
遍
up.
じゃ
う。リュート銀貨、偽マリーヌ銀貨、ファラム銀貨、
She's so
偽
cute.
ミッツフィング大聖堂銀貨、大銀貨。
おい寝る
正しい選択だ。と立たない。リュート銀貨だって元は偽トレニー銀貨と呼ばれて。
I found that interesting, Lawrence, how a fake coin became legitimate. I would have liked to hear it. But Holo is just drunk and sleepy.
奥様もいつまでもお美しい。
最後まで騒がしいやつじゃったな
He was noisy until the
Monday
very
night,
end. I love that. I'm gonna start using
トレ
that.
ニー。そもそも貨幣の額面は実際に含まれている銀や金の価値よりも高い。信用がなければ取引に使われないんだ。
なるほど
Stuff like that still continues to this day with different currencies being trusted or not. Again, I'm no expert on economics, certainly. But I do know like the US dollar is the world's trusted currency. And it's really important for trusted currencies to stay stable and trusted. Otherwise, you have a lot of problems and possibly total economic collapse and all these domino effects. And very, very important. Ooh, that does. The crunch was great too.
貨幣が国の力を表しているのはいつの時代も一緒の
Yep,
ようじゃな
very true.
他国の貨幣に自国の市場を席巻された時、その国は経済活動を牛耳られ、戦争に負けたのと変わらなくなる。
つまりライバルを倒す
It's a major reason why in modern times certain countries are so powerful. If their currency is respected, like America's is in many places, or Britain's, or China's, Japan's, the yen, all that, all that type of stuff. If they're respected and well known, you have a lot of economic power in smaller countries. I'm reminded sometimes in those shots how short Holo is.
それなのに貨幣の人気が上下するのは銀や金の純度の変化に皆が敏感だからだ。ほんの小さな変化を大きな変化と思う。だから貨幣に大きな動きがあるときはな。
This shot, like this bridge where all these merchants and coin sellers are at. Imagine this like a currency exchange type thing. It reminds me a lot of places that I have traveled to. If you go to like the port, you will see a lot of countries where they have a similar situation, or they'll just have a bunch of sellers, currency exchangers, food stalls, and people to capture all of the tourists who are just getting off, boat or plane or wherever. And yeah, this will be just a very busy intersection where we have people exchanging currency and all that. So it's this still exists. This still exists in modern times.
ワイズ、久しぶりだな。
ローレンス。
わっちの名前はホロ
Hey, He has his priorities.
嫁にでも
両替商とはいろんな貨幣を扱う仕事であろう。わっち
Oh
は
yeah,
よく
play him
シリー
up,
ズ
Polo, play him up.
ワイズ話があってきた
It's like, why are you bothering me, bro? Telling me to do my job? What's wrong with you?
何も変わらんぞ。
いつぶして調べる気はないか
バカ言え。
Yeah, that's probably illegal.
主様は悪いお人。
美しすぎるあなたを見ていたら。それも伝説みたい
Can't
な
she
もんだ
though
し
with her
ね。
cool wolfy ears?
お前がそれを言わなかったことだ
それはま
She
あ
knows
お
information
礼
is
みた
power.
いなものじゃ。さっき焼いとったじゃろ
の
そのお礼じゃ。気にすることはない。オスどもはみんなアホの焼きもち焼きじゃからの。で、
Oh,
メスもそんなことが嬉しいアホじゃからの。アホばかりじゃ。
flirting Holo. Oh my goodness.
新しくなるほど音が鈍
The
くなったった
newer
な。
coins are
Nibuku.
duller.
ということは純度が下がっているな貨幣の金や銀の含有率が上がるなら
He's
儲け方
doing
は簡単
the
だ
opposite.
古い貨幣
though.
を買い占めてわからん
Yeah,
ゼールはどうや
because if the currency is slowly decreasing in value or will decrease in value, why are you buying them up now before that drop hits? It's kind of like stocks. It's like, why would you buy a stock that you knew was going to drop in price before it dropped in price?
騙されたんじゃないか
Yeah,
よ。
I think
騙さ
so.
れた
利益が出なくても損をすることはない
I see, I see. So the scam is a pure gamble, but the one initiating this gamble doesn't have any risk. It's only Lawrence who has risk in this, even though the risk is it's pretty minor for you know a merchant of Lawrence's caliber. He lost a few coins, but it's not a big deal. It's nothing like he would truly suffer from or anything, while this guy is getting either no profit or a little bit of profit if the coinage actually had increased. Yeah, a little scam.
あることかや
いや普通は細心の注意を持って純度が
Yeah,
維持さ
if
れる
the
はず
purity is decreasing, does that mean something bad is happening, either economically or politically? Because you would never want to have your currency, for the most part, decrease in value. And the value here is in its silver purity. So it actually decreasing is something to be worried about.
買える
何かを企んでいるのがあの小僧でなかったとしたらどうじゃ
Oh, is he just a middleman? Or, you know, the door-to-door salesman for an actual company or organization that has a larger plan for all of this. Oh, yeah, no, I think this is like a pyramid scheme. Where, yeah, you have a bunch of people go out and scam people, and all of those small profits are actually going to a larger place. Because Lawrence he gave those 10 silver coins. And so if we have like, you know, whoever knows how big this is, if we have 50 people who are being scammed as well, all of a sudden that's a significant amount of silver coins all going to one place. Interesting. Yeah, he has a benefactor or a Patreon. Okay.
誰かに頼まれていて
Yeah.
その手間つ
行くぞ
どこに
ミローネ紹介だ
Oh my god, it already ended? That episode went by so fast. That was the third episode of Spice and Wolf. A lot of economics, a lot of complex, sneaky coinage, and we've probably been scammed. Great episode. Absolutely love it. It went by so fast for me. I felt like I watched like 10 minutes of something. I'm such a nerd for these type of the economic type stories and things like that. It's so fun seeing Holo be a scammer, basically. But very, very good episode. Love seeing like a big city, all these different coins. It's so cool to me. Tell me if you collect coins. I know a couple people do that. I've always considered getting into that hobby. I've seen online how you can get like, you know, Roman denarii and ancient Japanese yen and, you know, stuff like that. I know that's a very big hobby. But anyway, thank you for watching this reaction. Safe travels and I will see you next time. Bye bye.